He got it. Purdue, their first conference win of the season. Much needed for Darrell Hazel and his guys.
Purdue's overtime victory against Illinois marked the Boilers' third win this season, already surpassing the win total from 2015. Big reason behind this past weekend's victory. Quarterback David Blough, kind enough to join us from our campus studio in West Lafayette. David, it was a tremendous bounce back because 7 days prior to the Illinois game, you guys had one of your worst outings against Maryland. What was said and how did you guys respond so well so quickly?
Yeah, what a difference a week makes, right? This week, Coach Lesser, the quarterback coach, was the head coach of the week, and he talked so much about believing in one another, having faith in the guy next to you and everybody around you. And the team really bought into it and focused on what was important at any particular time throughout the week. And we did the little things right and got back on the right track up in Champaign this past week. And we put together a complete game, really.
Take me through the range of emotions you must have been feeling throughout that game, back and forth throughout, and especially focus on that moment where your head coach, Darrell Hazel, called 3 timeouts to try and ice Illinois' kicker at the end of regulation.
Yeah, I tell you what, give all the credit to Coach Hazel, and I guess, it was enough to get him to go off the upright, and it just shows you football is really a game of inches. And, it was special for us to see that miss, but then, the way the defense responded in overtime, even forcing them to a field goal after a turnover on the 2-minute drill that I had, it was nice to see our defense respond and just knew they had our back. And then when JD went out there, I think just about everybody knew it was going in.
Now, Brian Lankford Johnson seemingly came out of nowhere to have a huge day, nearly 130 on the ground. This after an entire season that had totaled 63 yards on 9 carries. What should we know about BLJ?
BLJ is as fast as anyone we got. He came in this summer a little bit later than some of the other freshmen, but he showed up right away, and everybody was like, wow, that kid is fast. And you saw it on some of the longer runs he had, and then, he's a young guy. I don't think he knows that he's supposed to go down when he gets hit some of the ways he does, and he makes some big plays, bounces off tacklers. He's a tough runner, and boy, is he fast when you get it to him in space.
As I mentioned at the start of the interview, you guys have already surpassed the win total from last year. I know there are victories out there that you guys would love to make sure you get before this year is out, but have your year-end goals changed at all over the course of the season?
No, sir. Our goal here at Purdue is to win the Big Ten West and give us a chance in the Big Ten Conference Championship game. And we lost to Maryland, but you sit there and you look at it, they're on the other side of the division, and our goal is to go out this week and beat Iowa and then carry it 1 week at a time against all these West opponents and just let the chips fall where they may. But our goals haven't changed. We still control all that, and we just got to play some good football to make it happen.
Individually, you've had a passer rating as high as 170. That was against Nevada. Almost 100 points lower against Maryland, 3 games in between. How do you find the consistency that I know you're looking for?
Yeah, that's what we really need to find. And a lot of it starts with making good decisions, at least in my position, and focusing on taking care of the ball. And that's been a big struggle for us so far. We turned it over quite a bit against Cincinnati and then even against Nevada as well. But making good decisions, going the right places with the ball, and just being accurate. I've struggled a little bit with my accuracy, but, I think with some timing things and some things going forward, we should be able to improve and just watch our passing game improve a little bit as well.
This week, you're back home against an Iowa team that has struggled at points this season. What's the midweek scouting report on that Hawkeye defense look like?
Oh, that Hawkeye defense is stingy now. They bring back a lot up front, so, honorable mention, all Big Ten on the defensive line, and then, number 43 sitting in the middle is as tough as anybody, and then, of course, in the back end is anchored by Desmond King, and those guys are good. You hand it to them. They've only allowed 7 points in the last, 2 weeks, Rutgers, and this past week to Minnesota, and they've made plays when they needed to, and we got a good game plan for them going in this week, and it should be a fun experience.
All right, David, before I let you go, the most important question, the most hard-hitting question of this interview, how on earth does Coach Hazel do that weird square box thing to the front brim of his cap?
Yeah, I don't know. Every time I've tried to do it, I've never been able to do it. My dad tried to do it. My dad even asked him to do it for him when I committed to Purdue. But yeah, that's his signature. I don't know how he gets that on his hat, but it is pretty cool.
Some mysteries, I guess, are not to be solved. David Blough, Purdue quarterback, truly appreciate the time today on BTN Live. Best of luck this weekend against the Hawkeyes.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for having me.